la mer.
Be prepared to be engulfed in a mesmerizing journey that will leave your mind captivated with awe and wonder. In this episode of Black Mirror, we are going to take you beyond the sea into an alternate digital universe unlike anything you've ever seen. We are here to talk about Beyond the Sea, the third episode of Black Mirror Season 6. This is an incredible episode written by showrunner Charlie Brooker that takes us deep into a new world struggling with morality when faced with the choices of technology. In this episode, we'll explore how one family deals with the consequences of their actions as they try to find their place in a world dominated by powerful tech companies. Get ready to be taken on an unforgettable journey and make sure you stick around till the end because I promise it will be worth it. If you are new to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Beyond the Sea is an exploration of empathy and tragedy set in an alternate 1969. It follows two astronauts, David, Josh Hartnett, and Cliff, Aaron Paul, who are midway through a 6-year mission. While their bodies remain in a cramped spacecraft, they spend most of their time inhabiting lifelike telepresence, replicas, on Earth. The episode opens with David in his replica enjoying a seemingly perfect life, with a wife and 2 children. Meanwhile, Cliff lives in a remote farmhouse, estranged from his son and married to the stoic Lana, Kate Mara. As the mission progresses, an unexpected tragedy destroys David's family and replica, leaving him depressed and desperate. To protect him from despair, Cliff allows David to borrow his body for short trips back home. At first glance, Beyond the Sea is just another Black Mirror story about the horrors of technology gone wrong. But this episode takes a sympathetic approach towards its characters, understanding their impossible situation and allowing them moments of genuine connection despite it all. This empathy is reflected in the performances of all 3 leads, especially Josh Hartnett and Aaron Paul. They both capture David's desperate sadness and Cliff's withdrawn awkwardness with an understated realism. The episode also makes effective use of its period setting. Set in 1969, it uses the lack of technology to create a sense of isolation between the 2 characters. It allows us to suspend our disbelief by removing any technology that would have made their situation less all-encompassing, like communication devices or access to mission control. The show even takes advantage of the era by incorporating a few details here and there, like Lana's reading material, Valley of the Dolls. Most importantly, Beyond the Sea avoids making its characters into caricatures. There's a sense of guarded composure here even as tensions escalate, leaving us to interpret their motivations sympathetically. This is something that Black Mirror often fails to do, and it's a welcome change. The episode ends on a bittersweet note, with the 2 astronauts realizing the limits of what they can do for each other. It's a fitting conclusion for an episode that questions how much we can really offer in times of crisis. Beyond the Sea is ultimately an exploration of grief and tragedy, but also one of hope and understanding, a reminder that we are all complex beings capable of both suffering and empathy. The episode explores the development of the characters by focusing on the relationship between David, Aaron Paul, and Cliff, Josh Hartnett. Through their interactions, we see how each character is grappling with grief and loneliness in their own way. For David, this takes the form of creating a replica of Cliff, while for Cliff it involves building walls around himself to protect his emotions from being hurt again. Throughout the episode, both characters go through notable arcs in terms of their growth and changes. Initially, David is desperate to connect with someone, but he eventually realizes that attempting to replace Cliff will never be enough. This leads him to focus more on helping Cliff heal rather than trying to take advantage of him. Similarly, Cliff begins as a guarded and distant figure, but as he comes to terms with his grief and loneliness, he is able to open up to David more easily. The performances by both actors are stellar in conveying their characters' motivations and emotions effectively. Aaron Paul brings a sense of vulnerability to the role of David that perfectly captures his struggle with grief and loneliness. Meanwhile, Josh Hartnett expertly portrays Cliff's journey from a guarded figure to one who can embrace emotion once again. Together, their performances make for an incredibly powerful story about 2 men finding solace in each other despite the pain of loss. The episode does an excellent job of exploring the development of its characters and showing how they grow together over time. Through the performances of its actors, it is able to convey both characters' motivations and emotions effectively, making for a powerful story about healing and hope in the face of tragedy. The writing and dialogue in Beyond the Sea are engaging, well-paced, and coherent. The script is cleverly structured to ensure that no scene ever feels rushed or dragged out. In most cases, conversations move the story forward while also providing insight into each character's inner thoughts and motivations. The dialogue in this episode is natural and authentic to the characters. It has a conversational tone that feels genuine, with both David and Cliff using subtlety to express themselves rather than resorting to melodrama. This helps create an intimate atmosphere between the two characters, which is especially important given the unique situation they find themselves in. The writing and dialogue in Beyond the Sea are of a high quality. The combination of cleverly structured scenes and naturalistic dialogue make for an engaging and emotionally powerful episode. It effectively captures the complex dynamics between David and Cliff, creating a believable relationship between two characters dealing with impossible circumstances. We would definitely recommend Beyond the Sea to those who are looking for an emotionally powerful and engaging episode. The writing and dialogue is cleverly structured to ensure that each scene is never rushed or dragged out, while the performances by Aaron Paul and Josh Hartnett create an intimate atmosphere between the two characters. This helps make their relationship feel genuine and believable, even in the face of tragedy. The episode does a great job of exploring themes of grief, loneliness, and healing without ever feeling too melodramatic or heavy-handed. Through its thoughtful exploration of these complex themes, it provides viewers with a deep dive into how two people can come together in even the most trying of times, a reminder that we are all capable of finding solace amidst the chaos. All in all, Beyond the Sea is an episode that will stay with you long after it's over. It is an emotionally powerful and engaging story that we would highly recommend. Beyond the Sea is an emotionally powerful and engaging episode that effectively explores themes of grief, loneliness, and healing. With its cleverly structured scenes and natural dialogue, it creates a relationship between two characters that feels genuine and believable even in the face of tragedy. If you're looking for an episode with depth and nuance, we highly recommend giving Beyond the Sea a watch. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this review. Thanks for watching.